Welcome into Varsity Sports Nation for Game 2 of 4 here at historic Sanford Memorial Stadium. My name is Conrad Volch. We've seen one game between Western and Lake Howell in which Western took the victory 9-3. And now we've got our second set of opponents, Dr. Phillips against Eustis, both called the Panthers. Leading things off for Eustis is number 6 of Braden Barnes. He's going against the right-handed pitcher of Maddox Stinson. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 2. Umpires for this game in their powder blue polo shirts. That's over the top of the catcher's glove. Ball 3. So first batter for each team goes to a full count. And that'll be a walk here for Eustis.
At the plate, second baseman Tyler Heine.
As Tyler Heine comes to the plate with 1 on. Upstairs, ball 1. It's the first time these two teams have squared off. Got to go all the way back to February 15th, 2013, in which Eustis won by a score of 2-1. They're 2-0 against Dr. Phillips. First matchup was February 25th of 2012. Last one was February 15th of 2013. And as a lot of teams like to do or want to be on the correct side of, Dr. Phillips trying to rewrite some history and etch some new parts of history. As that gets skied into right field and caught for out number 1 in foul territory. So bring Ethan Jackson to the plate with 1 away.
At the plate, shortstop Ethan Jackson.
Trying to catch the runner at first. He is safe. Jackson hitting .375 this year as he hits that one over to the third baseman. Throw it to second for out number 2, but can't quite get Jackson out at first. As Woodward comes to the plate. Seen him pitch this week, as well as now playing third base today. Take that pitch outside, ball 1. Woodward, a .362 hitter. Go along with 17 hits. That is popped up down near first base, and it's caught by the catcher, or excuse me, caught by the pitcher for out number 3. No hits recorded. A walk, fielder's choice, and another couple of outs. That is out the top of the first innings. Dr. Phillips Coming up next here on Varsity Sports Nation. Welcome back to Varsity Sports Nation. The Panthers from Eustis batted in the top of the inning. Now the Panthers from Dr. Phillips will bat here in the bottom of the first. Leading things off is Diego Diaz, the shortstop. And he'll see that come in for strike one. Tice Bonson is on the mound. We believe it's his first appearance in a varsity uniform this year for Eustis, according to Max Preps. And that'll come in, and that'll be a hit by pitch, actually. So the first Dr. Phillips Panther to reach base does it by getting hit, as Chris Pedrinin will step to the plate with one on and nobody out. So Pedrinin takes that first pitch for ball one. Wind is blowing right at him. Runner sneaks down to second, and he'll get there safely. I keep mentioning it's not a bat-friendly day since the wind is shifted, blowing towards home plate, but you got to imagine it's got to have a significant effect on the catcher trying to have those throwouts at second base. And that pitch gets away from the catcher. So move down Diaz to third. And it's 3 balls and no strikes here for Pedrinin. make that ball 4. So Pedrainen, with that walk, puts runners at the corners. As Jace Jennings, the third baseman, will bat. As Dr. Phillips trying to get the party started early here in the first inning. Dr. Phillips enters this game 9-9 on the season. Had an 8th inning win against Western, 9-6. As that gets that is hit into a double play, but the runner from third able to come home.
At plate number 22, Brody Cone.
Which, for those of you who don't know, if you do that, but the run still scores, you do not get credit for the RBI on that. But nonetheless, Mr. Diaz will get credit for scoring the run. As Brody Cone fouls that one off. Strike 1. The 0-1. Foul tip, strike 2. Saw a bunch of motorcycles going down the street next to the stadium. A few trikes in there as well. A lot of trikes in there as well. Oh, my goodness. It's a good feel-good Friday for some bikers, and that's a feel-good defensive play there for Eustis. Dr. Phillips able to bring a man around. They lead 1-0. Both teams still looking for their first hit. Will it be Eustis? We'll let you know. Top second coming your way. Top of the second here between the Panthers and the Panthers. Yes, you've heard me correctly. Eustis and Dr. Phillips, his mascot, is both a Panther. Seen Hawks and Silverhawks face each other when Lake Howell and Lake Mineola battled it out yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago. Getting all my days mixed up, but that's okay. So Bryson Phillips takes that first pitch and takes another for strike 2. Maddox Stinson wasting no time, getting ahead in the count. And just missed the zone on the inside, ball one. That is fouled off for strike two. And that is just missed fair down the line. Count stays, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inside, ball 2. Just missed the zone, ball 3. So after starting the count 0-2, the discipline by Phillips leads it to a full count. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Thought he had it, but the ball said, gotcha. So a strikeout swinging first of the day for either team, as Tegan Euro, the designated hitter, in that left-handed stance, swings and fouls for strike 1. That gets down the line. A little bit of a bobble from the first baseman. But right there was Stinson. That's 2 away. The catcher, Ryder Newman, comes to the plate with 2 retired. And that's foul tipped for strike 1. Looks like the catcher got a little bit nicked on that foul tip. Coach for Dr. Phillips coming out to check on him. No balls, 1 strike. It's going to slowly trickle up to the shortstop. And the routine play is routine. And that's out number 3. Still no hits for either team. Only run that's come home has been for Dr. Phillips, and it came home on a walk. Well, the player reached base on a walk and made it around, but no hits since he made it in, as the batter that allowed him to get in hit into a double play, and nothing was recorded. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Dr. Phillips trying to add to their lead here on Varsity Sports Nation. Bottom of the second here between Dr. Phillips and Eustis. Still 1-0, Dr. Phillips. Catcher correction. Second baseman Ryan Pica takes that first pitch, ball one. Score update out at Sperling Sports Complex. Pembroke Pines Charter takes down Deltona by a score of 6-1. That was a quick out there for the catcher.
Now back the left fielder, Edwin J. Hymas.
So bring up Edwin Hymas, the left fielder for Dr. Phillips with one away. And that bounces down to the third baseman, has to make a change in midair. Ball gets away. As the throw was a tad bit inaccurate down to first base. And Hymas reaches safely. So first hit of the game for either team goes to Hymas. As this brings Maddox Stinson, the starting pitcher, to the plate with one on and one away. That's in the zone for strike one. Outside, ball one. This is fouled off, strike two. Stinson, a 159 hitter this year, 7 hits, go along with 3 RBIs. Sees that one come in for ball two. As a pitcher, 2-2 record this year, 8th appearance on the mound with his start today. Also has 2 saves. Trying to get the runner at first. Hymas is safe. Swung on and foul tipped. Count remains at 2-2. And outside, ball three. Full count for Stinson. And Stinson will take his base on a walk. That brings Dylan Winch to the plate with 2 on and 1 away. As Ramses DeMaio will run at first base for the pitcher. DeMaio has 3 stolen bases on the year. Also has 3 runs scored as well. That one outside, ball one. And that one gets away from the catcher, so the runners will advance. Just a little bit outside. Reaction a little bit slow there from Ryder Newman, but didn't get too bad to where a run snuck home. The 2-0. Fouled off, strike one. Inside, ball three. And Dr. Phillips comes into this game nine and 9. Had that 9-6 eighth inning win against Western and had that 8-1 loss to Deltona yesterday. That puts Lynch on base and loads the bases. We'll have a mound meeting. And after the meeting, we'll see Charles Estrella Roa when we return. Meeting adjourned at the pitching mound. Eustis still sticking with Bonson. He'll drop that in for a strike against Estrella Roa. Swing and a miss, strike two. Outside, ball one. Estrella Roa has a run scored. This is just his second plate appearance all season. The 1-2. And just foul tip that one. Keeps it at 1-2. Fouled again. Roa staying alive in this at bat. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. And Dr. Phillips still only has one hit. Got it in this inning off a single. Last two batters have been walks. Eustis trying to prevent anything else from coming home. And that is just missed down the line and foul. this is popped into the air down to first base, and that will end the at-bat for Estrella Roa.
At the plate now, the shortstop, Diego Diaz.
And we'll head to back to the top of the order. Diego Diaz comes to the plate. His last at bat, he was hit by a pitch, but was able to come around the bases to score the only run of the game thus far. And the approach to the mound by Newman. That is fouled off for strike one. And more time is called. And that is hit into right. And that'll end the inning. Dr. Phillips loaded the bases, but could not get anybody home. Stays at 1-0. We'll head to the third here on Varsity Sports Nation. Hunter Hatcher leads things off for the Eustis Panthers here in the top of the third. As that gets fouled off for strike one. That'll even the count, 1-1 strike. And both Eustis and Dr. Phillips trying to finish this week with a 2-2 record as that bounces down to third base. High arcing throw down to first, and that is long as the catcher steps up to try to cover first base. And Eustis will get their first hit of the game. as Kale Hitaroa comes to the plate in the cleanup spot. Outside, ball one. Hitaroa showed bunt, but pulled back. Got a tie game out at Lyman. Martin County has tied it up against Lake Minneola. Lake Minneola led it 2-0 for a while. It's now 3-3 in the top of the fifth. Going to pick off the runner at first. 2 balls, no strikes. In the zone, strike one. That is hit into shallow right and is caught for out number one. And the runner gets back safely. Keep it at just 1 out, and we'll head back to the top of the order. As Braden Barnes comes to the plate for the second time. After this game, coming up around 2 o'clock, IMG Silver will take on St. Cloud. IMG Silver just got here. They're hanging out in the bleachers, stands, whatever technical term you want to call it. Down behind the Dr. Phillips dugout. Barnes sees that pitch in for ball one. Runner goes. This is hit high into the air and caught by the shortstop for out number two. So Tyler Heine will now face 1 on and 2 away for Eustis. That is fouled off, strike one. The 0-1. Another foul, about the same spot. Makes it no balls, 2 strikes. Stinson is tossed 2 strikeouts. They're going to try to get the runner down at second, and collision down at second base. As the shortstop, a little shaken up. As the Dr. Phillips coaching staff is going to come out and talk to the umpire. Close play there. It looked like they were going to get the runner at second, but looks like the glove didn't quite tap the runner's leg before he stepped on base. So they have come out and confirmed with Diaz at short. and he'll remain in the game. That gets hit down the first base line. Throw back to the pitcher. Step on first. That'll end the top of the third. We stay at 1-0. Dr. Phillips will be batting next here on Varsity Sports Nation. So Chris Pedrinen will lead things off for Dr. Phillips here in the bottom of the third. And a very quick ground out. Routine play over to the third baseman, playing catch with the first baseman. As Jace Jennings comes to the plate. His last at bat, he hit into that double play, which allowed Diaz to score. But as we know in baseball stats, he does not get credit for the RBI. That'll get hit high, deep into center. That's out number 2. As this brings Brady Cohn to the plate with 2 away. That goes right back to the pitcher, and a 4-pitch half inning. That was fast. Eustis defense doing their job to keep this at a 1-run game. That'll end the inning. We head to the 4th here on Varsity Sports Nation. Ethan Jackson leads things off here for Eustis. Eustis had a 4-pitch bottom of the third inning as this is grounded to the shortstop for out number 1. Batters wasting no time, and neither are the defenses, as the last 4 outs combined for either team has happened in 5 pitches. That is almost framed there by Brody Cohn, but is ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is fouled off, bringing the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that drops in for strike 3. Strikeouts. 3rd one of the day. As Tegan Euro comes to the plate with 2 gone. Inside the zone, strike 1. Outside this time, ball 2. Outside again, ball 3. Clipped foul. Brings it to a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Maddox Stinson trying to have a 3-up, 3-down, half of an inning here in the 4th. That is skied into foul territory. Keeps the count full. This one gets skied into shallow left center. And that'll end the top of the 4th. Tight one here. It's becoming a pitcher's duel between both Panther teams. We'll be right back here on Varsity Sports Nation. Ryan Pica leads things off here for Dr. Phillips. Still up 1-0. Sees that pitch come in. Ball one. That is foul tipped for strike one. And that is fouled down the third baseline. Brings it 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the count. And that is skied deep into right. And the runner of the right fielder lost it in the wind. And that's the first hit for Dr. Phillips since the second inning. So Edwin Hymas to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. It's fouled off for strike 1. That gets hit into left, and that'll go over his head. An RBI double for Mr. Hymas, and it's 2-0 Dr. Phillips.
At the plate now, number 2, Maddox Stinson.
And the pitcher, Maddox Stinson, comes up for the second time today. That gets hit down to the third baseman and will be thrown to first. Out number 1.
Now batting number 21, Dylan Lynch.
So Dylan Lynch comes to the plate with 1 on and 1 away. Dr. Phillips scoring for the first time since the first inning. That gets away from the catcher behind the plate. That'll move the runner down to third. Make that 2 balls and 1 strike. That is foul tipped for strike one. Three balls, one strike. The 3-1. Make that ball four. Runners at the corners now for Dr. Phillips. As this brings in the 9-hole hitter, Charles Estrella. Roa. And we'll have a mound visit from Eustis. 2-0, Dr. Phillips, here in the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back to Varsity Sports Nation. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for Eustis. This is number 1 of Parker Euro. Trying to get Eustis out of a jam here. Runners at the corners, only one out. As Charles Estrella Roa is at the plate. And the throw to first, not in time. Almost got him. But as they say, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Three balls, no strikes. Still trying to catch the runner off guard out at first. And Roa goes down to first. Bases loaded here for Eustis.
Now batting number 1, Diego Diaz.
Diego Diaz comes to the plate as we return to the top of the order. In the middle, strike one. One ball, one strike. That is sent up in the air. Strike two. Make that 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that is sent into deep center. Out number 2. They're going to send the runner home from third, and he makes it. Hymas extends the lead for Dr. Phillips. It's 3-0.
Now batting first baseman, Chris Pedrinen.
And this brings Chris Pedrinen to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Outside, ball one. Just 4 combined hits for these two teams, 3 for Dr. Phillips and 1 for Eustis. It had been a pitching duel up until the bottom of this inning. That's fouled off for strike 2. Runner runs from second to third, as well as the runner from first to second. Everybody still safe. 2-2. Outside, full count. Dr. Phillips have scored 2 runs here, trying to add at least 1 more. That drops in for ball 4. Bases loaded once again here for the Panthers.
Now batting the third baseman, Jace Jennings.
As Jace Jennings makes his 3rd plate appearance. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Just missed the zone for ball 1. That time in the zone for strike 1. That is hit foul. Strike two. And that is landed foul. Still remains 1-2. That is hit in and out of the glove of the second baseman. So that allows a run to come in. That was Dylan Lynch coming in from third. And it's 4-0, Dr. Phillips.
At the plate now, the catcher, Brody Cone.
As Brody Cone comes to the plate, still with 2 outs. Down the middle, strike one. Wind shifted back to first base. As that is fouled off for strike two. Outside, ball one. That is hit into center. And that's going to be caught. It did not hit the grass. So we stay at 4-0. Dr. Phillips records 3 here in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth. Eustis looking for some answers on offense when we return. Leading things off for Eustis here in the top of the fifth. As we saw them huddled up at the end of last inning, hyping each other up, getting the energy back into the dugout. As he fouls that one off. It's been all Dr. Phillips today, taking advantage of what Eustis has given them. But Eustis's bats just have not made any connections. Had one single. That was by Hunter Hatcher. And it's 0-2. Outside, ball one. And still staying alive, another foul ball for Euro. Make that 2 balls, 2 strikes. Euro, this is his 10th game he has appeared in this year for the Eustis Panthers, as he skies that one into foul territory by right field. And he got it! The right fielder got it! What a catch! Charles Estrella Roa. Nearly ran out of real estate over there, but was able to pull it in. And it's 1 away. One ball, no strikes to start the at-bat. Slow roller up to the third baseman. Quick throw to first, and that's 2 away. So now we come to the only man who's gotten a hit here for Eustis, Hunter Hatcher, the right fielder. Correction, he is not batting.
Plate number 2, Anthony Castiglione.
Anthony Castiglione to bat. Or Castiglione, excuse me. Sees that first pitch come in for strike 1. Just outside, but remains a strike, 0-2. And slow roller. Collected by the third baseman, throw down to first, gets away from the first baseman. Castiglione turns the Jets on down to second, and he's safe. Lays on top of the bag for good measure. And that'll go down as a throwing error. So Castiglione got to first on an error, or got to first, but because of the throwing error, was able to stretch it down to second. That's outside, ball 1. As Kale Hitaroa tries to get a run home here for Eustis. Upstairs, ball 2. See a FedEx truck across the field, hoping to deliver some runs here for Eustis. But that pitch package was not delivered. Ball 3. Still 2 away for the Eustis Panthers. And not a bat-friendly day with the wind Strike one. Well, the package that was delivered was a walk. So that'll put runners at first and second. Dr. Phillips' coaching staff has seen enough. We'll at least get a meeting at the mound. We'll let you know what happens when we return. So now at the plate, Braden Barnes for Eustis. Panthers have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Down 4-0. Swing and a miss. Strike one. And throw down to second. And now the glove of the shortstop. And that is fouled off down the first baseline for strike two. Contact again for another foul. The 0-2. Swung into right and caught. Best inning Eustis has had all day, but they cannot bring anybody home. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still 4-0. Dr. Phillips. We've reached the bottom of the fifth. Ryan Pica at the plate for the third time. 1 for 2 with a double, also with a run scored. And that drops in for strike one. And foul tip for strike two. Outside, ball one. Ball two. The 2-2. Swung on into left, and that one is caught for out number one. Wind for the first time this week is now shifting between home plate and left field now. Edwin Hymas steps to the plate. We've seen a couple times in the outfield, the outfielders had to dance around to keep track of the ball. Drops in for a strike. This time outside, ball one. And swing and a miss, strike two. Hymas had that RBI double last inning. Also was able to come in for a run himself. He watches that go outside for ball two. Three balls, two strikes for Hymas. And he'll take his base, ball four.
At the plate, number 2, Maddox Stinson.
Maddox Stinson, the starting pitcher for Dr. Phillips, will come to the plate. He's had a walk and a ground out in his two appearances. Inside, ball one. Outside, ball two. Check the runner at first, just missed him. Phillips thought he had him. Infield umpire says no. Runner goes. This time they throw it to second, but the ball does not stay in the baseman's or the shortstop's glove. So Hymas will move into scoring position. Now bases full at first and second. And this brings Dylan Lynch to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. And running at first base will be Ramses DeMaio.
First base, Ramses DeMaio.
So 2 on and 1 out here for the Dr. Phillips Panthers. Outside, ball 1. Throw over to first. Oh, I thought they had him. It was close. The ball got there before the runner tapped the bag, but the tag was late. In the zone, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Final score at line.
Ooh, that one was very close. Makes it 2 balls, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a final score up at Lyman High School. Lake Minneola defeats Martin County 6-3. Popka leading Seminole out at Sperling Sports Complex 4-0 in the bottom of the second.
At the plate, Charles Estrella, Roa.
So Estrella, Roa to bat with 2 away. So with that win against Martin County, Lake Minneola finishes the week with 3 wins and just 1 loss. That loss came last night to Lyman, who is playing for the championship tonight at 4:30 against Flagler Palm Coast. The 0-2. Make that 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Tries to catch Hymas off guard, but he makes it back to the second base safely. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll end the inning. Still 4-0, Dr. Phillips. Eustis, again, trying to find answers on offense. We'll see if it happens in the top of the 6th when we return. Tyler Heine will lead things off. Here in the top of the 6th for the Eustis Panthers. Showed bunt. No connection. Did not go on the swing either. Ball 1. Eustis warming up their bullpen. That time it's bunted, but foul. Strike 1. One ball, one strike. Showed bunt again. Strike 2. Wind is blowing right at home plate. Outside, ball 2. That is set into right and caught for out number 1. So this brings up the shortstop of Ethan Jackson with 1 away. Jackson 0 for 1 with a ground out. Hit into a fielder's choice in his first at bat. That is hit into deep center for out number 2. So with 2 away,
The third baseman, Peyton Woodward.
and it'll bring up the third baseman, Peyton Woodward. In the zone, strike 2. That first pitch was fouled off. That is outside, ball 1. Swung on to the third baseman, throw to first, and that top of the inning was over in 6 pitches. Still 4-0. Dr. Phillips can see the end in sight. Go to the bottom of the 6th when we return here on Varsity Sports Nation. Diego Diaz leads things off for Dr. Phillips here in the bottom of the 6th. Got a new pitcher on the mound for Eustis. This is number 6 of Braden Barnes. Throws that one in for ball 1. Barnes enters this game, .64 ERA, 4-1 record this year. This is 6th time he's been on the mound during the season. Thrown 2 shutouts this year. Also threw a no-hitter this year. So he's definitely the guy you want to have to at least try and prevent this Dr. Phillips team from getting any more runs in. Gets ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Diaz. Two and two. Make it 3-2. Full count here for Diaz. And that trickles over to the second baseman and could not make the throw. It's going to be a circus throw anyway. So I'll go down as a base hit. Just the second hit of the game. Just the second hit of the game for Eustis, or correction, not the second hit. This is Dr. Phillips batting. Never mind. 5th hit of the game for Dr. Phillips. As that is fouled off. Strike 1. First hit of the game for Diaz. This is sent into right, and it's a fair ball. They're going to wave home Diaz. And that's a RBI triple for number 23 of Chris Pedrinen. And it's 5-0. So we'll bring Jace Jennings to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. The 0-2. Fouled off. This gets hit into deep center. Caught for out number 1. They'll send Pedrines home, and it's 6-0, Dr. Phillips.
Now batting number 22, Brody Cone.
This will bring Brody Cone to the plate with 1 out. That'll be fouled off for strike 1. The pitch comes in, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Eustis has kept themselves relatively in this game. Kept it was within one until the fourth. But their bats just have not had any firewood to get hot. One hit all day. Had another batter reach on an error. But other than that, very quiet in the bat department today. And that'll be a walk for Cone.
Number 10, Ryan Pica.
As Ryan Pica comes to the plate.
First base. Number 15, Zach Skella.
As Zach Skella will run at first base. In the dirt, ball one. That is foul tipped for strike one. Down the middle, strike two. Foul tipped again. One and two. And Pica continuing to stay alive in the count. Runner goes, throw down to second, goes into shallow center. And that'll move the runner into scoring position here for Dr. Phillips. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Two away here for Dr. Phillips.
Plate number 17, Edwin Hymas.
So Edwin Hymas with one on and two away. That is fouled off for strike one. Ball one. And that is framed beautifully. Strike two. One ball, two strikes, two away for Hymas. He'll trickle up to the third baseman. Throw to first. In time. That'll end the inning. Dr. Phillips gets two more. One to the top of the seventh. Eustis has some work to do here on Varsity Sports Nation. We've reached the top of the 7th between the Eustis Panthers and the Dr. Phillips Panthers. Dr. Phillips leading 6-0. Eustis needs 6 to force the bottom of the 7th. And trying to prevent that is the man still on the mound of Maddox Stinson. And that'll be a quick start to the inning with a ground out.
Number 1, Parker Euro.
As Parker Euro comes to the plate with one away. That gets skied into right. That's caught for out number 2. 3 total pitches here in the 7th. 2 outs. Eustis down to their last man.
At the plate, Ryder Newman.
So Ryder Newman will step into the box with 2 away. Inside, ball 1. Down the middle, strike 1. Getting ahead of myself. The 1-1. Inside again, ball 2. That is fouled off for strike 2. 7 pitches have been thrown in this top of the 7th. Stinson trying to record the shutout here this afternoon. Just outside, ball 3. Trickles up to the third baseman, throw to first, and that'll do it. Dr. Phillips takes down Eustis 6-0, and the shutout belongs to Maddox Stinson. Congratulations to him.
And that's the ball game. The final score.
Dr. Phillips will move to 2-2 in the tournament. Eustis will fall to 1-3. Eustis will fall to 10-7 on the season. Dr. Phillips will move back above 500 to 10-9. They'll face Freedom on March 24th, and Eustis will face Lake Minneola also on March 24th. Well, we've got 2 more games to go. IMG Silver to take place against St. Cloud at about 2 o'clock this afternoon here on Varsity Sports Nation. We've got 2 down, 2 more to go here at Sanford Memorial Stadium. Don't go too far. I've been Conrad Volch. We'll see you for the next 2 games coming up next.